Ba-da-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. One moment, just gotta make sure everything is working fine. Things are looking good on that front, things are looking good on this front. Coffee is tasting good as always. Alright. How are we doing, Chad? How we going? Hope you guys are doing good. I know I am. I let the game run a bit since last time we played. I've not progressed anything. It was literally just to get the space elevator parts good. So you guys missed literally nothing. I might have a couple more resources now, but like literally I moved nothing. So that is where we are at. I've also disconnected the conveyors as to not really cause too much issues. So let's head up to our platform here, hop. And let's start this off strong.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the hub. These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and Fixit's faith in you will be strengthened.
Awesome. Send it.
Phase 2 of Project Assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter Phase 3 of Project Assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For Fixit.
Awesome. So, that done. We are still gonna need these funneling into the machine, so let's just do that real quick, I suppose. We'll have this funnel on up and into the space elevator as normal. It'll be just those going up for now, since we do not have the capabilities of making the other technology quite yet. Might be worthwhile to turn this off. As well as the other machine for now. I'll shut you down. Alright. Let's head on over here, and let's start looking into what we can do. I believe... There's stuff we're missing here? No, there's not. You liar. First thing we should probably do is looking in to oil processing. That is probably the first major thing we should look towards doing, so that we can start working towards things such as, you know, better power. Do we have motors being made anywhere? It's been a minute since I've been on this save, so I'll have to check around. It'd be an assembler. That's making rotors, I know that. Do we not have a place making motors? Fucking fair enough, I guess, but damn. Alright. So that'll be kind of a problem. Right, we can... So it needs stators to be made. I don't know if we can afford to make more of these. We'd have to set up another line for stuff. Trying to figure out how I want to do this right now. I think... Do we have, management? We have conveyor lift floor hole. So what we could do is we could lift up some of these stators up through here. So we can do splitter. Then we'll do just a simple conveyor lift for now. Now head on around. Oh yeah, the sulfur mine is packed. Awesome. We'll head up here. Need to lay down more groundwork. When the fuck? I guess we're just gonna leave it like that, I suppose. Fuck it. Okay. That'll be done there. Okay. We could probably make use of one of these lines now. Maybe. Since we don't need these plates anymore, we can make iron rods here. Humble few coupons. Well, probably shouldn't have gotten rid of that storage container now that I think about it. Damn. Get that going. Right. These are still going fine, so don't gotta worry. And just double check the rotors are made. Screws and rods. Awesome. Awesome. So we'll do this. We'll do this. This will make the screws. Need power line going. Is there one nearby? Yes, there is. Epic. Knees. Make screws. And what I'm gonna do I'm gonna let those start making because I'm gonna work on trying to fill out that floor above us. So it's possible to, you know, work more gooder. Before I do, though, I'm going to run over here and check on our production of various things. For example, these. Awesome. And I'm gonna take another thing of sheets. We'll just make some quick deposits. Sick. Right. Now, let's put some stuff away. over here. Grab some iron plates. We'll run over here, grab some concrete. Okay. Let's get filling this little floor up. Up here is going to be the next phase of production, we'll call it. This is where a bit more advanced stuff is going to come into play. Fill this in a bit better. I'll then run over here and we'll start filling the stuff over here up. Okay. Fuck. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Right. So, with that set up, I'm gonna set up an assembler right here. A conveyor lift hole. Whatever, man. And I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna head over here. I'm gonna place a splitter. This will make the rotors, which more spider webs. Set up here, they will go up. Let's head on around. Still need like a better way of getting up the floor, but that will come in time. Sick. Alright. That'll make rotors. On its own. The next issue is getting the two to meet. So, I think what I should do, I'm going to set up this machine here. Which will make the motors. And I'll simply ferry these stators from over here on over. Gonna start ferrying it over. Best way I know how. Literally just by conveyors. Nothing special about it. Didn't quite fit right, but meh. How am I gonna get power up here? Is a line down there I made. Oh, hell yeah. I also need to fill out the rest of this anyway. So, let's set up a storage container here. That there, and start construction. These make the motors we'll need. And in the meantime, we can focus on the encased steel beams, which will be its own issue. Take a few handfuls of sulfur down, see if I can't make anything with it at the research while I'm heading down. I need coal. Oh well. We'll get him next time, chat. Okay. So, to make... what is it, the industrial beams? We need concrete and steel beams. And unfortunately, the coal vein we're using is kind of maxed out right now. Like, it's so bad the machines we have are stalling. Like, it's rough out here. I think I am gonna do something, though, to try and help the case. Be going on another journey real quick across Middle-earth. Hello Bella, how's it going? How's it going, Jackinus? I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? Hope you're doing pretty well yourself. Get these guys respawn. Knock you down. And knock you down. Awesome. Let's make our way to our coal mine. We're gonna do the most band-aid fix that is ever band-aided. But worth it. Keep on hopping up. I think eventually we could like come down here because I think that's oil right there. So once we get the processing done, we can just head down the same route. You will have to think of things. It's going okay over here. Finished my factory and started making the outside look nice, but now I have to go into town, so I'm sitting on the bus. Do you not have edge runners? Let me just, I'm just gonna do this for the time being, just to somewhat fix the coal issue. If you're talking about the quartz boots things, I do not yet. I've not done much in the quartz tree yet. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, unfortunately. Oh my god! Down here. Highly recommend getting them. Oh yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. We'll get them. It'll just take a little minute. One thing at a time. One of those things I need is coffee. These being shipped off? Yeah, these are the ones being shipped off. Okay, it's these ones that aren't. Okay, awesome. Need a bit of coffee real quick. Alright. So, we're just gonna make a few of these beams by hand, because I really don't feel like setting up something that'll max out our steel production even more than it already is. At least not right now. I could quickly look at the, we need here. We need silicon quartz, okay. I will keep an eye out for that. We'll get to that when we can. Maybe that'll be another thing we do, chat. Maybe we'll find a quartz vein and ferry it back to base. We could do that while the motors are being made, actually. That is, yeah, we could do that. We could do that. We're just gonna wait for these beams to finish being made. And once, I'm just gonna make all of these into encased industrial beams, because if I remember correctly, we're gonna need a decent amount of it for our upcoming endeavors. So, gonna be quite nice to have them. And you know, better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them. It's gonna take a minute to make by hand, but we can stomach it for now. We'll automate this process at a later date. Maybe we'll need to find more coal mines. Make the, this actual process a bit better. Because we have iron in abundance, but stuff like coal is kind of rare, admittedly. And a lot of it's going to the coal generators, which doesn't necessarily help us. Okay. What the heck was I about to say? Once we get oil processing, we'll probably set up a oil rig just off the way we're getting the coal from. That way... Well, that way we'll have some of our stuff a bit consolidated somewhere, but also, like... so that we won't have to make that much more room in the main factory. We'll still have to funnel some excess stuff from there to here. Stuff like plastic and rubber. But for the most part, we could probably do things just completely isolated there. Presumably, you know, best case scenario. And once we get fuel power, we'll be able to have a bit more freedom with what to do with the grid and the factory. So, deposit the hundo right there. We'll check on our motor production as well. Since we do need to have quite a few of them, it's probably not going to be the most efficient thing, considering how fucked making rotors is usually. That said, we have 15 in here, that's not bad. While those are being made, let's look for quartz. Over in that direction, it looks like. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a storage container here. And I'm going to start ferrying a line over to where that quartz might be. It's actually pretty close by, all things considered. It is a nice change of pace. Okay. There is quartz right here. Impure. There's also a vein up there, which I can build to. being nighttime. It's another impure one. It's fine, we're not really using them for anything right now. So... let's... get cooking. Set up our crafting bench and also an equipment workshop here. Make a portable miner. I'm not gonna make a miner Merc 2 here, at least not right now. Since I currently can't justify doing that much with quartz currently. I will connect the line so that the quartz will start coming back. Probably shouldn't be doing those curves right there. Okay, let's set up a... I don't think this will actually be enough. Oh my god, it is. Oh my god, it is. Holy. God, that looks so bad, but fuck it, we're getting quartz now. I am gonna double check our grid, just in case. We are not pushing our maximum yet, because of the biofuel generators. That said, I don't want to have to rely on them. Also, have we been not getting the versatile framework over? I feel like we should have had, like, some, right? Bro. Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, well, now it should be working. Once that starts getting going, well, not really much we can do if it starts getting going, is that we have 2 other things we need to make, but that'll get going on its own. Once it's done, I will disconnect the line and then just take that stuff off. Let's put some stuff away real quick. Do we have any extra coal anywhere? Maybe over here, hopefully, please, God, help me. I want this. The lines are filling up a bit. That's always very nice. I will take a little bit of coal here. So that we can start making some funnies. sulfur? Research.
Research completed. Black powder recipe unlocked. New sulfur research available.
Alright, now we gotta make some black powder, which we should be able to make just fine. I'm just gonna convert all of this into black powder, because, like, who will stop me? Okay. And boom.
Detonator and basic Nobelisk unlocked. Most obstacles can be cleared with the basic Nobelisk. It is most effective against organic material and is able to destroy small boulders and porous rock. Deployed Nobelisks will stick to the first solid surface they touch and queue on the universal detonator. If you do not recall the order in which you deployed the Nobelisks, remember Fixit does not take responsibility for any harm caused due to human error, even if those errors are genetic. Tool belt expanded. I compounded sulfur's tristatic atom matrix into a quadrimensional gate vortex. You can now carry more stuff.
Awesome. We now have our object scanner, which is very nice. Let's check on our quartz and see just how much we are getting, and see if we could do any more research in that regard. We're getting a little bit. You can research silica now.
Research completed. Silica recipe unlocked. New quartz research available.
Epic. We can then get the Blade Runners, and also more inventory after that, which is always nice. We'll need a lot of silica and modular frames for that. What does our modular frame storage look like? I think it might be pretty dire, actually, considering what it is they are being used for. It is not as bad as I thought. Holy, if anything, we have an... Right. Never mind. Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright. We are going to turn as much of this into silica that we can. grab. Ow. Run down here. Turn all this into silica. Ooh. Possible ban evader detected. Ruh-roh. I'm gonna deny that. Get out of here. I'm not buying your fucking bots. Real quick question. Have you set up a coal power plant yet? Yes, I have. That is the thing keeping this entire scuffed operation running, and it's gonna have to last once I start setting up refineries. It's not the most efficient thing, but it works for now. I don't know if I could scale it anymore, but we'll just have to see. We're just gonna have to hope it holds, honestly. Give me this.
Blade runners unlocked. Equipped to run faster, jump with greater force, and decrease fall damage that might otherwise have lowered your value to fix it.
Awesome. Might I ask how much coal is produced from its node? It's, I think it's two pure veins with, Mark 1 miners on them. Unless I did upgrade them. But the biggest issue over by the coal power plant is not actually the amount of coal being produced, but it's the lack of water that I am unable to really bring over in a reasonable or effective way. Mainly just due to the area there. Which, you know, that's on me. I take the blame for that. Maybe I could actually, if we are producing that much more, I might be able to funnel some coal over and feed it into the steel production a bit. I have to double check though if my my ratchet ass fix worked. Okay. My fix... Oh yeah, my fix did work. What am I talking about? Okay, so with that, you could have 16 coal power plants with Mark 1s or 32 power plants of the Mark 2s. Fair enough. What do you know that math off the top of your head? Holy. It's actually kind of scary. But, we're 80 power plants if you max overclock the Mark IIs. Holy. Again, though, the issue is really just I'm not able to get that much water around. At least it doesn't feel like I can. Like, I have coal in abundance, it's just... water is quite hard to come by, believe it or not. And I didn't start in the desert. You'd have thought that if there's anywhere that wouldn't have much water. But... I might give the power plant another look over, see if there's anywhere I can expand a bit more. Just to give me some more room to play with. Set up closer to water instead and pipe the coal to there. Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Pocket dimension now extra dimensionalized with additional dimensional capacity.
Some more inventory space. Let's quickly run up and check on motor production. Let's see if we have enough yet after we've been up to. Whee! Oh, oh! Not yet. Let me guess. Yep. Just split these and I'll just fucking... There we go. I'm guessing motors are just being bastards again. Yep, they are. And let me guess, usual suspect? Yep. Yep. Do that. Which will... I won't feed it the amount of screws it needs fully, unfortunately. But it's at least less brakes, which I do want. Okay. Let's grab... There's an alt recipe that makes it so stators and rotors have the same recipe with different ratios. That is good to know. I have been losing the lottery when it comes to them, though, which is unfortunate, but, you know, we take those on the chin. I'll keep an eye out for more crash sites just in case. That said... What was I doing? What was I doing? Getting ready for oil processing. I need... Okay, yes, I'm gonna need to run over and check on the grid just in case. We have enough for these pipelines. I've got more than enough. And if I need to, I have enough there. Okay. Let's make our way over to the coal plant. My momentum, no. Man. Okay. Alright, so in terms of coal, we have it in abundance. Me too, boss, me too. Maybe not abundance for that, though. Are you? Oh, you're a normal vein on a Mark 1. Okay, my bad, my bad. And this is, yeah, it's a pure vein on a Mark 1. Okay. Slight miscalculation. That said, it still seems alright. I think I'm going to just quickly... do a little bit of that. I don't know if that'll actually help out or not, but, you know. Okay, so just to check on these water pumps. Okay, these ones back here are actually pretty full. So maybe I could set up, like, another, like, one or two. Let's see. Gimme. Do one back here. Creatures in the way? this all down. And we'll set up another generator here, except we won't. Because, good fucking lord. Okay. Set up another splitter back here. Which we will then move back in the most hideous, atrocious way possible. Fellas, please. Guys, come on. Like, I'm trying to work here, man. Okay, we can then bring the water over from this pipeline here. Please. Please. This continues to be like my most hideous creation yet. These will fill up with water, which will go into these. I'll wait for a backlog to be made of both of these. This is on a Mark III. That's awesome. These are out on Mark IIIs. Also awesome. Once the backlog back here is done, I will fire up the generators. Which will give us a little bit more room to work with on the grid. Assuming that things don't break down, which, knowing me, it's not a matter of if, it's when. Okay. Let's hook these up then. Boom and boom. Alright. Let us hope that we can handle it for the time being. Grid is looking a bit nicer. We have a little bit more room to play with. We'll hope that the water can hold. And that I didn't fuck up the other generators while doing that. Okay. I still need like a better way of getting up here. Do we have enough motors yet to at least get oil processing? We do, and a little extra. Awesome. Let's make our way over. Oh! And let's get oil processing.
Milestone reached. Crude oil can now be extracted and refined to produce various industrially beneficial parts. The byproducts of these processes will require careful management, but a capable pioneer such as yourself surely understands that. To improve efficiency, pipelines can now be optimized with valves to limit and balance their throughput. These were initially left out because Fixit did not want to overwhelm pioneers with complex pipeline management, but they have since been re-added after my impassioned defense of your capabilities.
Alright. Next thing we should get is petroleum power. So that we can... You'll never guess. We're gonna need a few more motors for this operation. As for oil, we're gonna double check if it is over this way. Yep. So we can set up our rig over there. There's also a few more nodes over that way, but the one is closer. So I'm just gonna go with that. Myself a little bit more coffee. Okay. While we have more motors being made, let's... I'm gonna turn this Caterium into ingots as much as I can for research purposes. That's all we can there. Let's just put this back for now. It's right there. Okay. We're gonna have to hope that... I'm gonna need to make sure I'm prepared for this. We're gonna have the pipes and stuff valve. Maybe. I'm gonna want some fluid buffers, which does look like we have the modular frames to do. There's a production, oil extractor. We can make just one of them to start out, honestly. From which we can then expand afterward. We're also gonna need at least a refinery. No, we're gonna need two actually for rubber and plastic. Once we get petroleum power, Okay. Let's... Yeah, we're gonna need to wait on the motors, I guess. Let's grab more beams if we have them, and then make more of the industrial beams. That way we'll have a nice bit more to play with. And once that is good, we can then focus on finding ways to improve our steel production. This also gives me time to think a bit more about our next move. I'll need to assess the situation at the rig. At the site, I should say. Not the rig. We don't have the rig yet. We have to work on building that. I'll have to assess the situation there, and then I'll have to determine how I want to go about it. There is an argument to be made. What do I want to do there? I have to figure this out, like, now. Do we want to do a multi-floor? Like, we could have the actual extractor stuff at the bottom, and then we can pump the oil up to a platform, and then we can work from there. Which will probably be alright. The pumps will take a bit of power, but should be fine. We'll just start with getting the oil first. And we could probably split that off into some big storages. Actually, I think we have big storage. No, we need petroleum power for that. Never mind. That's tough. But... Okay, so what we're gonna do, I figured it out. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a temporary platform, which will serve as just a means to get us rubber and plastic now, so that we can get petroleum power, because I'm gonna need the bigger fluid storage containers for the actual final product. From which we will, from a different floor of the platform, actually pump the oil into. Just a floor full of these industrial containers. And after which, we will funnel the oil out to different areas. We could funnel it out to a different platform with a bunch of power generators. We could also do some more effective ways of producing plastic and rubber. And then the plastic and rubber will be funneled back to the factory for future use. I personally like that. I'm gonna need more motors for this operation, though. We're gonna hope that some more got made in the time that I was cooking. Raider has re-entered. I could deposit some of these beams in, which I might. Still not too many. I'm gonna need one of these. There's 15, and then I'm gonna need 2 of these. So I'm gonna need 35, and I am at 26. I need like 9 more. Fortunately, this thing kind of sucks. Unfortunately, it kind of sucks, so that's tough. I can go into here real quick. We'll deposit one of these, as well as grab the rubber from a previous expedition and put it in there, which will be fine. I have stators and rotors in here, actually. I might be able to make a few by hand. I don't want to use all the rotors, though, because they're a bit hard to come by. For some fucking reason. Okay. You put the stators in, the rotors back. I'll put like 50 back for now, in case I need some on hand. Right. Let's head to the oil now. I do have enough for this construction project, right? May as well take a couple more just in case. It never hurts. We'll keep pinging. Okay, it's just over there. So I'm gonna continue from here. Shit. Okay. Assess the oil situation. Have at ye. It's my oil by right. Okay, this might be a bit of a fight for it. This might be a bit of a fight for it. Oh my god, that's a big one. Oh, you're not nice. Yikes. Okay, it's you down. It's you down. Is there more oil over there? Not over there directly. It's normal. I'm assuming this is also normal. That's pure, okay. Keep that in mind. Right. Let's set up the refinery. Tractor established. Okay. We'll expand this platform out just enough for us to be able to work here. We'll then put a few fluid buffers down. Let us bring this pole up here. No! Man! You gotta be kidding me. Actually, am I able to make like a power tower here? No, I'm not. Fuck my stupid Chungus life. Alright. Okay. This. Start producing our oil now. Awesome. That oil is great things. Producing a humble amount. We will then set up 2 refineries. Expand the platform out. This will then... We'll make this one make plastic. This one will make rubber. We'll set up a couple buffers. Then I will set up no storage because I don't have iron rods. Awesome. Well, that gives that time to fill up at least, so. Let's make our way back for now. There's gotta be like some iron rods somewhere, right? Thank God. Thank God. Alright. Am I gonna need more iron plates? I should be fine. I do think while that's filling up, though, I might bring this platform out a bit before I go back, because I want to bring the plastic and rubber to be chilling up there, just so that they have a place to go for the time being. And because I am going to need it in the future. How long have we been going for? Hour 25? Coming up on our 2-hour mark. Let's continue establishing a facility. Set up a few more, then we'll grab some more iron plate for the road. Okay. Which should be over here. I am gonna leave this slug here though. Unless I can research it. Bower slug.
Research completed. Purple power slugs seem to be near the end of their life cycle and have a significant amount of potential energy stored. It is a good thing Fix-It does not waste. Purple power slugs can now be processed into power shards.
Awesome. Alright. Once we head there, we can then set up the final things we need. We can start funneling the rubber and plastic back. We'll set up storage containers here and here. Are these filling up? Quite nicely, it would seem. We will connect this one to this one, and this one to this one. And we don't need it to be efficient for right now. We just need it to work. Keep that in mind, chat. We're not making this efficient right now. We're just getting it to work. So boom. Boom. Awesome. Check the grid. Make sure we're not combusting at the seams. We are good. These are going to be making plastic and rubber. Of which I am going to be ferrying back by hand. So we'll get the plastic over first, then the rubber. I was gonna say, why can't I jump? That was weird. Wasn't able to jump there for a bit. Set up 2 containers up here. Have to go around, unfortunately. I could probably just run up through here. Whee! Set up our storage. Okay. Now be where the plastic goes. Now to do the same for the rubber. These are only going to be Mark 1 conveyors because we're not really producing anything with these at all. So that can take its sweet time heading over. Alright, now to bring this over. Ah. What the... I was got abducted there, chat. You see that? I was gonna be taken away. Okay. Mark 1 conveyor. Funneling into that. Holy. Wasn't that something? The goods will be brought over here in due time. But for now, I think I'm going to call it for today. We got an oil line going for now. We also got a little bit more research done in the trees, which is very nice. In the future, we will get petroleum power going, as well as starting to renovate that rig to make it look a bit nicer, possibly. But for now, that is going to be all for me today. Don't know what we're going to do tomorrow, but I do know we're going to do it. And as always, I've been Manager. You've been amazing to have. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you guys next time. Sayonara, everyone.